Let's all play What's My Line?
And let me tell you, Arlene, it is much better being here than in Saigon.
Oh, we'd much rather have you here.
Oh, welcome to What's My Line. During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope will really baffle our panel. And in addition, the panel is going to face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on. But right now, panel, if you're all set, everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's meet our first challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? Estine Del Rio. Miss Del Rio, where are you from?
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois. Do you understand how to play the game?
Yes, I do.
Well, let's remind the panel and the audience, though, before we get started here today. Remember that for every no answer that Miss Del Rio is able to get from the panel, she wins $5. And if she gets 10 no answers, that means she stumped the panel and won the game. So if you're all set to go and we all understand the rules of the game, why don't we let the audience know exactly what you do for a living? Okay, panel, I'd like to tell you that Miss Del Rio is self-employed and she deals in a product, and let's begin the questioning with Gene Rayburn.
Miss Del Rio, is what you do, does what you do belie your physical appearance? I don't know what I'm talking about. Can you figure out that?
I think we'll give you a yes. I think Miss Del Rio is a very, very attractive lady, and she certainly would enhance any occupation which she might choose to do. So we say yes.
You're in business for yourself, right?
Yes.
And would I come to you to have you do whatever you do?
Yes, you would.
And would it make me happy?
Yes, it would.
You have many happy customers, I'm sure.
Would it cost me a great deal of money?
No.
No.
That's one down. We go to Arlene Francis.
You said you deal in a product, Miss Del Rio.
Yes.
Is the product edible or potable?
No.
No. 2 down and soupy sales.
Chicago. I saw a man dance with his wife in Chicago on State Street, that great street. Is this product something that would help my home?
I don't think it really, in that sense, Soupy, is it something that would really... I don't know really what your problems are at home, but we're going to give you a no and say 3 down and go to Meredith McRae.
Does your product come in contact with the body in any way?
Yes.
With the body, yes.
Is your product other than clothing?
No.
No.
No, not really in what... She may have other lines that deal with something other than...
Okay.
But no, so that's 4 down. We go to Gene Rayburn.
I gather from what you said, response to one of Meredith's questions, that maybe there are animals other than humans that use this product. I drew that conclusion. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I am. Household pets would use this?
Yes.
Yes.
Members of the canine family?
Most definitely.
Yes.
And now let's see, it's a product. Is it edible by the canines?
Edible? That's 5 down, and we go to Arlene.
Would the canine wear this product?
Yes.
Yes.
Would the canine wear it in the region of the head or neck?
Sometimes.
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 Uh-huh.
Does it cover a certain area of the canine?
Yes.
Do you make canine raincoats or fur coats or dresses?
All of them.
I think that's close enough. We'll have to give it to Arlene. Miss Del Rio, would you like to tell them exactly what it is you do?
Yes, I design fashions for dogs.
She makes doggy clothes.
Do they wear mini skirts, your dogs?
Yes, and so do the women that own the dogs, and the gentlemen wear a lot of the shirts and other items that I design.
Panel, I'd like to tell you that Miss Del Rio sells to department stores, grooming shops, and individuals, and the clothes are made out of, everything, cloth and paper, and some of them are very inexpensive. They start from $298, and they may be priced as high as $500, depending on the fur coats that you
That
might
must
get.
be a mink coat, yes.
Yes. But you
Sable.
were able to get 5 no answers, which means that you've won $25. But I understand you've brought some models with you to demonstrate just exactly the type of clothes that you have.
What dog here wants to try them on?
What dog? So, Miss Del Rio, will you bring on the girls?
Yes. Shelley, would you please come forward?
Oh, look at that. Are they paper goods?
Shelley and Gigi are wearing our psychedelic lame, which is worn as a full-length gown here, and which also can be worn as a mini. We'll show you how that works.
As a mini.
As a mini.
Do you need any help? Because I have friends
Soupy,
here.
would you like to help?
Jane, you want to help her?
All right, listen, I'll
You'll do anything for your art, won't you, G? Well, help her.
All right, I'll pull. You better unhook him first. Go ahead, I won't look.
There we are, Shelley. There's Shelley in a street-length dress. Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you so much. And what do we have here, Miss Del Rio?
This is Cielito, my little dog.
Cielito.
Cielito. Cielito and I are both wearing paper embossed fabric, which is disposable. Shelley's was cleanable.
That's magnificent. Well, thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. We've enjoyed having you with us. Thank you so much, Miss Del Rio. And we'll meet our next challenger when What's My Line continues. Arrange a fitting for you right after this so we can...
I just want to know who did the dog's hair.
Okay, panel, are we all set? Let's meet our next challenger, and will the next challenger come in and sign in, please? Bernice Guerra. Well, Mrs. Guerra, where do you hail from?
Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Indiana, Pennsylvania. That's such a nice-sounding name for a city, don't you think? Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Do you understand how to play the game?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's let the audience know exactly what it is you do for a living. Panel, I'd like to tell you that Mrs. Guerra is self-employed and deals in the service. And let's begin the questioning with our West Virginia Flash Soupy sales.
Bernice, is this a service that I might come to you for?
Perhaps, yes.
Is it a service that I would come to you rather than you come to me?
I would think so. In order for him
yes.
to... Yes.
Is it a service that would help me physically?
It might.
Is it a service that would, let's say, we get on my house, make my house a better house?
No.
No.
I think that's one down Meredith McRae.
When you perform this service, do you wear any type of uniform?
Yes, I do.
You do. Is what you do instructive in any way?
I think we might give her a qualified yes and say there is a degree of instruction involved in what Mrs. Guerra does when she performs her service.
Do you work indoors more than outdoors?
Indoors more than outdoors?
Outdoors.
No. So that's 2 down. Gene Rayburn.
I gather the service you perform would be more utilitarian than aesthetic. Am I correct?
I would say generally so, yes.
Yes.
Does it have anything to do with food?
No.
No. 3 down, Arlene.
Mrs. Guerra, can we rule out sports?
That's 4 down. And we go to Soupy Sales. No, you cannot rule out sports.
Oh, then it is. It could be sports.
Yes.
I know a lot of sports in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Let's see. Is this a sport? Let's say, is it a sport that you have to do with?
Yes, it's involved in sports.
It's involved in sports.
Don't help them too much.
Is it a sport that or involves both men and women?
No.
All right, we'll give you a no. Her particular service may not take in both men or women, but this does not really outlaw the fact that some people that do the job that Mrs. Guerra does so very well may also do the particular job for other than one or the other. So that's 5 down, and you understand that, Soupy, so you go on with the correct. Just as long as I can clarify it, you know, for you like that.
Yes. Do you, well, I'm going to just make a wild guess. Are you a girls' gym instructor?
No.
No. That's 6 down, and Gene Rayburn.
Well, the people who come to you are obviously benefited physically, right?
It's
say
debatable.
Yes.
No, I don't think really we would say that there is a
Oh.
definite physical benefit, so we're going to give you a no, and that's 7 down, Arlene.
Mrs. Guerra, is it a team sport that you're associated with?
Yes, it is.
Is it a sport that is indulged in by men a great deal?
Yes.
Yes.
Perhaps even more than women?
Yes.
Is your job one that is usually a man's job?
Yes.
Yes.
But you are not an instructor per se. You are not really teaching anybody anything, am I correct?
No.
That is correct.
Could you be anything like a lady umpire somewhere?
Panel, I'd like to tell you that Mrs. Guerra is indeed a lady umpire. And what sort of games do you umpire?
Oh, well, right now, semi-pro. I've been working with the police department in the ghetto areas and calling their games for them.
Marvelous work. Good for you.
You are, but this is actually your occupation. You're paid sometimes for this too, aren't you? I mean, you do this as a profession.
Yes, it is my profession now, and I am trying to get into the minor leagues.
Did you ever play baseball? How did you
Yes.
get into that? Oh, you did?
I could hit a baseball 350 feet. on a
Oh,
given
she
day.
gives demonstration. Didn't you have a little contest with Roger Maris or someone?
Yes, many
a
of the
hitting
major
contest?
league players. I put these shows on around New York for hospitals and charities, and now I'm going into umpiring, definitely.
Mrs. Guerra was explaining to me earlier before she came on the show that there are some rather interesting problems for a lady umpire in a baseball stadium. For example, dressing rooms. Is this a problem?
It's quite a problem because I had to dress outside in front of a car. They had no dressing rooms. And,
You'd be very good in the kitchen because you could dust off the plates.
And another little problem too, you know, normally the umpire stands behind the catcher. And, you know, but she has mostly been a base umpire, but I understand they are designing a chest protector for you.
yes, I hope we...
It's a little difficult for a lady umpire to use, you know, the regular
Tell
man's
us all
type.
about it, Wally. Why?
Blah, 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 blah. But anyway, you did get 7 no answers, which means you've won $35. And Mrs. Guerra, you have been delightful, and thank you so much for being with us on What's Mine.
Thank you very much.
And one of the things that's a lot of fun, we asked Mrs. Guerra, you know, can you give us a demonstration of how you say, you know, what happens when you slide into home plate and don't make it? Show us.
I wonder how this fella out at first base. You're out!
And we'll be right back with our mystery guest when What's My Line continues. All right, panel, as you know, with our mystery guest, it's one question at a time. I'm going to give you exactly 3 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and we'll start the questioning with Arlene Francis.
Does one find your name on the entertainment pages of the newspaper?
Yes.
Soupy Sales.
Are you more associated with television rather than, say, Broadway or the movies?
Yes.
Meredith.
Are you a comedian?
Yes.
Gene Rayburn.
Are you currently appearing on Broadway?
No.
When you do appear on television, do you appear in your own show?
No.
Soupy.
Is there just one of you?
Now, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
there is just one.
Have you ever been associated with a team, with another person?
No.
No.
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Are you Joan Rivers?
Yeah!
I was so worried. I was so scared you wouldn't guess it.
You were afraid they wouldn't?
Oh, are you kidding? I watch the show all the time.
Joan and I have worked a great deal together, and I have
Both
an unerring
professionally
ear for sounds of voices here.
But you're
She was
doing.
giving you all the sounds.
Yeah.
No, it was
You're
good
going to be
disguise,
doing
yeah.
something very exciting.
well,
It is a show of
yes,
your own.
but nobody knows about it yet, you know.
Well,
I
can
have
you
my
tell
own,
us?
yeah, it's a little talk show, you know, where you talk, and hence the name. And we don't compete with you, so I can say it. That's all. The panel got so quiet.
Have you done those yet? Have you started tape?
Yes, we started tape in 2 weeks.
Are they going well?
Oh, terrifically. By the time you see this, my goodness, yes.
Oh, that's marvelous. You know, I used to watch you on The Tonight Show, and I know you still make appearances on The Tonight Show.
Whenever
was
they
this the
want
thing?
me.
Was this the thing that really helped?
Oh, yes,
really
The Tonight Show.
launch you?
I was in office temporary making $7 a week. And I went on The Tonight Show, and look what's happened. 10, 12 bucks. So,
Well,
yeah.
what is this downstairs at the upstairs?
That's
or
my
upstairs at the
ex-employers.
upstairs at the downstairs?
Yeah, I
or-
work there too. My husband likes to keep me busy.
And you have a new member in the family?
Yes, I have a baby now who's 7 months. And
Well, Joan, I've always wondered, do you write your own material? Or
yes,
do
yes,
you?
yes.
It all...
Well, you know, as all comedians know, right, Soupy? It just comes.
That's
you
right.
know.
Does it? It's just...
Oh, you're always
Automatic.
funny. Automatic. No work. Right, Soupy? Just, you know, ha ha ha.
You know, there are very few funny women.
You're
in this
telling me, and we're
business,
going to keep it
and
that way.
There is one of the funniest. Really.
Don't start.
No, I love her. She's just
I
beautiful.
love you. Show them your Mickey Mouse. Yes, a Mickey
Yeah, I
Mouse
got it.
watch.
Oh, your Mickey Mouse watch.
Yeah, it's sort of. I got to give him some more cheese. It's sort of slow.
Oh, but Joan, you were marvelous. I'm sorry we didn't stump them a little bit
Oh,
longer,
I'm so glad.
but dear, you know, you just can't hide your talent. I'm sorry. It's just, you know, it goes out like that, and Gene, of course, had to guess you.
Thank
But
you.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much
being
for
with
having
us.
me.
And good luck on your show.
Buzzer's Pick and Play Summer Celebration will...
Soupy, you struck out today. You didn't guess either one.
I got a
any of
perfect
the
record
two.
going, Wally. I haven't guessed anything in 2 days.
But listen, I wanted to find out, you know, you're famous for that great pie-throwing tech. Well, how did you get into pie throwing?
Well, I started throwing pies in 1950 in Cleveland. That was the first chance I had to
you
throw
worked at a
them.
bakery or something?
No. Well, the fact is, we used to, in those days, they didn't have shaving cream or whipped cream bombs. You had to get eggs and whip them up, you know.
Oh, you really used...
Yeah, or else you'd get a pint of cream and whip it up and the whole thing. And we had one director that gained about 25 pounds because he wouldn't let go. He'd always eat the stuff, you know. And,
Well, who have you exchanged pies with? A lot of famous people, I know.
Oh, I guess the most famous was Frank Sinatra and Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis and, Shirley MacLaine, Jimmy Durante, a lot of people.
And you're from West Virginia. You just attended your high school reunion, right?
Yeah, I just went back to 25th year
Oh,
high
great.
school
Well,
reunion.
panel, I think you did very well today. I really do. You guessed every one that we had. And such talented members across the room. I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with each and every one of you.
Well, when they come in, have them sit down.
When they, you know, they're all here. And Meredith,
Thank
your
you,
questions
Wally.
were so good. And Gene, I thought that was very humorous. You looked as if you had maybe done that before.
Yes, I know my way around that.
Okay, but you did such a good job, I want to invite you all to come back tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, you join us too again every weekday for What's My Line?
What's My Line is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production with Francis Gowns by Bonwit Teller. This is Johnny Olson speaking.